to episode I'm not sure of the Serenity Knitting Society. My name's Alex. You might hear Buddy wandering around. He's my cat. And this is a knitting podcast. Oh my god, it's hot. Took 20 seconds for me to mention the heat for those of you playing along at home. Okay, yes. I had to close the windows because there's a construction guy like right outside and I already sound a little bit insane. So welcome. This is a knitting podcast based out of northern New South Wales in Australia. Yes, it is 36 degrees. No, this is not highlighter. This is just sweat. Anyway, we'll see how we go. I have an iced cool latte. And I'm here with you friends. So thanks for being here with me. Hold up. I'm just gonna clean my glasses. We're all friends here, so it's fine. I really, it made me so genuinely joyful to see Jackie and Carmen of Knitting a Good Yarn, like, we're just not editing. I refuse. Like, I started this just once because I forgot what my podcast was called and that's it. Like, that's the best time to do. I just need to remember the name of what I'm called. And anything after that is just like fair game. I feel like we're friends, so it's fine. I hope you're well. I have been very, very busy. I feel like it's been a very long time, probably like nearly 6 weeks since I uploaded a podcast of some description. And even that, I think, was a bit of a stash dive. Oh, there we go. I can see you now. Get my coffee. So yeah, look, we'll jump into it, but if you've been here before, you will know that even jumping into it probably involves about 65 tangents. So we'll just see how we go, hey? Settle in. Feel free to grab a cup, you know, pause now if you haven't already left. Grab a drink, find your kitten or your puppy dog. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. There's a lot of pink. There's a lot of pink. And I finally knit, I've got 2 sweaters that aren't grey. Holy shit. Right, let's do this. So what am I wearing? Not knitwear. I am wearing a dress from the Lullaby Club, which I think might be an Australian brand. Anyway, it's just super comfy. I think it's a cottony, it's not linen, it's a cotton kind of just like shirt dress. It has some, it's big. It's like big and tiered. I can't be bothered to stand up. Google it. So it's called the Lullaby Club. I'm actually wearing my swimmers underneath this because my plan is to right after this run down and go to the beach. I live near, like I live on the north coast, so there's beaches freaking everywhere and they're incredible. And yesterday I saw a dolphin and its baby in the river. So we see dolphins all the time here. I'm still new, I only moved here 6 months ago, so I still freak out. And I've seen a lot of dolphins recently, like really close. But yesterday I was walking over this bridge and I saw a couple of dolphins and I was like, oh my gosh, so excited, because we're going to the farmer's market. Anyway, I was like, so excited. And then they swam directly under the bridge, under me, and I realized it was a mom and a baby. I was so excited. Anyway, so these are my new friends. It's not quite, it's warm, so that's why. And it's actually, there were so many fish at the beach yesterday. Must be why the dolphins are around. But it's I have seen a couple of whales. I've seen a whale since I've been here. But I've only been here since September, and whale season, my understanding is, someone will definitely correct me, but it's somewhere between, like it's in the cooler months. They run, I feel like it's from like about March, April. So maybe we're coming into it through spring. I could be wrong. I could be making that up. I used to live, when I was living in Sydney, I lived near Manly on the northern beaches, and you see whales all the time. I have seen the most incredible, sorry, I got fluff on my nose. I haven't even picked up any knitting yet. How is that possible? It's probably my own. I've seen the most incredible whales in Manly. Like, just, you wouldn't even believe they'd be in the middle of the city, but I've seen like a mum and a baby like jumping out of the water. Like, it was next level. Anyway. So yes, I'm going for a swim after this. So what am I wearing? My swimmers and this dress from the Lullaby Club. I don't actually wear this as often as I'd like to. I used to wear it more. I've got a few things to show today if we get round to it. I've got a little bit of knitting. I shouldn't say a little bit. I do have a whole finished object, so that's a thing. But I've got, yeah, I've got a couple of things. But knitting has been a little slow. I just haven't had as much time since starting. It's not really a new job anymore. I've been there for about 6 months, but I kind of went from working from home and doing lots of remote stuff where I had a lot of time to knit, or I could knit during, like, in between work, and now I don't. And I do a lot of driving, and I'm much more intentional. I have to sit down and knit rather than, and so I'm not, like, honestly, some days I just don't even have it in me. Like, I'm so tired. So I just need to shower and go to bed and do it again. So I've got a few things. At least half of my objects are damp or wet. Hey, bud. I don't know if you can hear him wandering around. He has very loud, I haven't shown any knitting yet, we're 6 minutes in. He has very loud footfalls. It sounds like he's wearing like little Ugg boots on the ground. Anyway, he might come and show himself later, we'll see. Right, knitting. Okay, coffee first. I'm going to try and balance that here, and let's hope I don't knock it. Okay, so my first thing is a finished object. It's my Lento. I even, you'll be very proud, everyone, not that you're not already proud, but I actually even wove in my ends, just saying. Right, this is, gotta get it the right way around. This is my Persephone Lento. Now, you probably can't see any of it because it's so dark, but I actually think, so I posted a couple of photos on the Instagrams, and this is the color. Like, it is, I mean, it's actually, in person, it's a little bit more dynamic. Like, you can see, let's see. Oh, yeah. But I would say it reads, in general, a bit more like this. But you can see that it is like a plummy, pomegranate-y, delicious. I cannot wait to wear this. I'm so excited. I worked very, when I say very hard, I was patient to get the sleeves the correct length, and I did a few things that I wouldn't normally do. So the other thing is, in typical Alex fashion, I just can't follow a freaking pattern. I can't do it. This is a Lento, but you'd never know. It looks completely different to my other Lento, which also doesn't look like the original Lento. So basically I just take a pattern and make it up. I used Biches. Here, I've got them here. I've got them in my Bed of Roses bag. Look how much everything matches. Oh, look, obviously you can see I really use this because I've now, oh no, I was sitting there going, why do I have stains on this? No, it was sitting on top of something wet. So like I really, it's also got cat fluff or whatever. Anyway, what else? I used Biches Le Petit Lambswool in the colour dark burgundy grey, and I used, hang on, I'll get you on with a ball band, crinkles, and I used the Isager silk mohair in the colour, which is 75% kid mohair, 75% kid mohair, 25% silk, and it is in the colour 36. Now, here's the dealio. I'm pretty sure I have at least one, if not actually two of these. I'm looking up here because that's where I put them. You don't know that, so I'm telling you, otherwise I look a bit crazy. I have at least one of these. Like, this is pretty much a full one. I barely cracked into it. Possibly a second. And I have 2.5 silk mohairs left. That's a lot. I'm hoping I have 2 of these. If not, I might actually just order another one, because I could make a beanie or a shawl. I just feel like it's a lot to have left over, and I know I sound disappointed. The only reason I sound disappointed is because, well, it's a lot. She's just repeating herself over and over again. It's a lot to have left over, and I think that what I am trying to be I'm not really great at using my stash. Like, that's just the reality of this for me, friends. I would really, it's part of why I did my little stash diving video last time. If I remember to update you, I'll update you about that. But I'm just not very good at it, because for me, I just feel like, I don't know, I just suck at it. And it's not for lack of trying. Do you know what I mean? Like, I actually really believe that. It's not for lack of trying. I cast on shit all the time with my stash, and it just doesn't work. Like, for me, I just think that there are some yarns that have certain properties that work for certain projects. And sometimes it's just not working. So I think what I'd probably do is, hopefully I have 2 balls of the Petit Lambswool. I have 2 ideas. 3 ideas. 1, I do some kind of cowl, which could look really cute. And I have a couple of patterns that I could do for that, and I'd whole of silk mohair, and I think I'd be fine. I've got at least 400 meters, probably 500 meters of the silk mohair. So that's plenty for a cowl, heaps. Or I do like an Oslo hat or something of that description. Something that's just like a plain stockinette hat that's going to be beautiful and snuggy and warm. That'd be amazing. I think the color would look gorgeous. 3, did I do ABC3? AB3. I. Dot. Oh, good Lord. Number 3 or C or I, depending on which listing system we're going for. I really want to do, I really want to do a Birkin sweater. That's originally why I bought a whole bunch of Biches, originally, the 4-ply. So I could potentially use the leftovers for that, because I do also have, I could. So it's not like I'm not going to use it. I'm 100% going to use it. I freaking love the color. I would just, because I'm not awesome at using my leftovers, it's tricky, right? Because then there's another part of me going, but there's enough leftovers to make a whole other project. And that for me is great. Like, I would rather that than have a whole bunch of half little weird bits that I don't know what to do with. At least there's enough there. Like, I could make a pair of really nice mittens. I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident even with one of those balls, I could probably make a hat. Anyway. Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about this Lento before I go off on a complete tangent. Too late. So it is actually a Lento, I swear to God. It just doesn't look like one. So I have done trying to like see over my thing. I've just done a normal cast, like a standard cast on. I am actually not sure what cast on I do. I think I do that backwards loop cast on. I'll be honest. I would like to upgrade. I just can't be fucked. Every time I do it, I'm like, oh, maybe I should do an Italian cast on. And then I sit there going, hurry up, just get to the knitting. Like, so, but hold, I will tell you, I have upgraded some places. Anyway, so I just cast that on. I was very, very tempted to do a folded neckline. And I think, you know what, I think I will on a sweater. I'm thinking I might do it on something like the Easy Like Sunday Morning sweater, where it's a wider neckline. I think for me, I've mentioned it in a previous video, because I am large busted, you can't tell, or maybe you can, I don't know. I have like a 125 centimeter bust. So because I am large busted, sometimes, and I'm just, you know, I'm like a round human being. So because of that, I just feel like when I have a really high and very chunky neckline, the proportions are all off. For me, it's nicer if I have a bit more of an open neckline, not super open. So my last Lento is quite a wide neckline. And in fact, I've even considered whether or not I need to do some kind of like crochet around. I'm going to leave it for the moment, because actually I think with my collared shirts, because I love wearing collared shirts, I think with a collared shirt, a wide neckline is actually going to work really well, but it's almost too wide, because I don't have very wide shoulders actually. It's almost too wide. This is perfect. Like I have I have hacked this. I've just like, and I think this is the benefit, right, of knitting the same pattern over and over again, is you look at it and you go, right, what didn't work last time? So I actually knit this a full size down. So my first Lento, I knit a size 6. This I knit a size 5. And I don't even think I actually knit the full size 5. I'll update you as I think about that now. So anyway, this is a much nicer neckline. If you'd like to see the fit, I'll be honest, it's not an awesome photo, but there is a photo on my Instagram, which is the Serenity Knitting Society. You'll be able to see a little bit of how the neckline fits. I would like to get better at taking finished object shots. I have a tripod. I was gonna say I could enlist the help of my partner, but I also, I have a tripod. It's not hard. I'm doing it right now. So anyway, but I think it's something that feels a bit uncomfortable for me, but I know that I really love when I can see how something fits on someone's body and go, hey, I got a body like that. That could look cute on me too. Or in some cases, I don't have a body like that, but I reckon I could make that work. And I reckon that looks really cute on them. So anyway, and it's too hot for me to try it on now. Like, I know what you're thinking, like, Alex, just pop it on. Guys, 36 degrees. I'm wearing long sleeves, it's enough, okay? They're pretty airy. It's not quite 36 degrees yet. It's probably like 20. I'm just being dramatic. It's probably, I was about to say, where's my phone? I'm talking to it. It's probably about 27 right now, but it's gonna get up to 36. And I have closed windows and there's no aircon. So just, yeah, anyway, I'm going to the beach. So yes, this neckline's perfect. I'm very excited about it. Then I actually, again, my first one had a very, very deep raglan. Look at me pronouncing syllables. Not like an Australian. A raglan sleeve. They had very, very deep raglan, and it was, I like how it looks on that one, but I thought for this, I actually just wanted a closer fit. So not only did I go down a size, but I'm almost sure that I actually didn't do as many increases. So you can see that it's, maybe what I'll do at some point, don't hold me to this, okay? But at some point I might compare the pair just for funsies and just show you the difference in the, like, even lay them on top of each other. If you're interested in that, can you let me know? A, I'll probably forget if you don't. And B, I'm happy to do, I'm happy to show things that are going to be helpful, but if they're going to take like a lot of time or effort, I'd like to know that someone's actually going to find it useful. So just let me know. And feel free to do that. I mean, you know, please request kindly, but if there's something you're interested in, and if I can do it, yeah, feel free to let me know. So I've got very long sleeves. Now, I worked very, very hard to make sure that these were actually going to work really well, because I am notoriously bad at cutting off sleeves before they're done. So I actually blocked, if you are like me and you have a little case of the impatient itis, I would recommend, or something I've been doing recently anyway, is when I get to my, just before the ribbing, I actually block. And I just, to block, I'm not doing super fancy or anything. I literally just wet it for 30 minutes with some wool soap in a tub in my laundry butt thingy. What's that thing called? Sink. In my laundry sink tub thingy. And then I just lay it out in the sun. Now, here is the significant benefit of 36 degrees, is it dries real fast. So I'm actually, yeah, in that case, I'm really loving the heat. So yeah, I did that, and then I tried it on, and I kind of saw that it was, you know, time to rib or not time to rib. And then basically what I do is, I took them out, but I mark my increases. I don't remember where I learnt this. It could have been Tracy from the Grocery Girls. It also could have been, I don't know, it could have been a lot of people. But I mark where I increase. I put a little light bulb pin, stitch thingy, light bulb, safety pin. So I know, it's really easy to check where I'm up to on the other sleeve. I know how many increases I've done. That makes it awesome. But also I know, for example, my last increase would have been about, decrease, would have been about here. So I knew that I had, you know, whatever this is. Buddy, I'm in here. He's coming, hang on. I'm in here. Come here, baby. Come on, come up here. Yeah, don't knock my coffee over. I was actually just describing how I do sleeves. Are you gonna come up or are you just gonna mount me? Come up here, go on. Good boy. Come on, darling. Good boy. Now, if you felt like sitting there, that'd be really cute for this whole podcast. Okay, so that's Buddy, if you haven't met him before. He just meows. Sometimes he forgets where I am, and so he calls out. And then I have to answer him. That's how this scenario works. Now, what are you doing? I'm just going to tell these people about the sleeve. They're probably not going to listen to me while your cute butt's there, though. Sometimes he falls down the back there, so don't be alarmed. There's actually a little thing for him to rest on. Sometimes I hear myself say this shit and I'm like, what am I meant to do with that? Okay. Excuse me. Anyway, I'm going to try and keep telling you about this and we'll just see. If you don't pay attention, that's okay. I don't blame you. So I knew that I had probably about 2 inches here. And I have a light bulb marker here. So then I can see either how many rows or what the distance is between there and there. So then I blocked it. Oh, see, look, there he goes. Bye. It's like a disappearing act. Anyway. Then, so tips that have been very helpful from you guys. Oh my gosh, it's 21 minutes and I just haven't even barely told you about one thing. I was suggested in my last episode, so not the last one with the stash thing, but the one before. I think there were a few people who recommended that in order to get a better sleeve, oh, I got mohair on my nose. In order to get a better, to have the sleeve looking really nice, you can do a little German short row switcheroo and basically knit the ribbing inside out. So I don't know if you can see this. Oh, you can definitely see my hair on it. There you go. Look, so pretty. So I did that for both of these sleeves and I'm super happy with it. I just feel like I got a really nice result. Oh, so, okay, I'm easily distracted because of the cat, so I kind of forgot what I was trying to tell you. Basically, I did the decreases as it told me to do in the pattern. Then I knit straight for a little bit to give myself the length. Then I decreased I cinched it in by going down to a 3.5 mil needle. And that's what's given me, I didn't actually decrease any stitches. That's what has given me this very, very gentle, it's not even really a balloon, it's just a tapered, I wouldn't even say tapered, I don't know. Just this little cinch in around my wrist. So that's not in the pattern because I can't follow a pattern. I just can't do it, apparently. So did that, did the suggestion for the, I love it. I actually, for some reason, it's harder. I don't know if this is just me, but I found it harder to knit inside out. I don't know why, it makes no sense. It just, something about it felt very strange. It was worth it. I will do it again. And then I decided to try a sewn bind off. Now, I want full disclosure, I did not do that on the hem, which I'll show you in a minute because that's way too many stitches and I can't be fucked. But I did do it on the, I don't even know if you can see it, it's so dark, the colouring. I did do it here. And I used a video from Pearl Soho to do that, which I'm going to recommend. I'm probably not going to link it, to be honest. If you type in sewn bind off Pearl Soho, you'll see it. It's got like the picture has like a beigey, browny, fawny coloured swatch that she's doing it on. I found it very, very simple. It was pretty much like Kitchener Stitch, but flat. So I was really happy with it. And I feel like it's given me a nice firmish, but still stretchy enough to make it comfortable. But also, I don't know, it just looks really neat. It just looks really neat. Now, I don't normally mind a plain bind off. Like, I really don't. I'm not actually super fussy. But I felt like this was worth the effort. And so I gave it a go. So that's that. And then the hem is, again, not to pattern at all. It's a split hem. It's very hard to show you with this because it is so dark, but I will try very hard. It is a split hem. There you go, you can see. It's about, I would say there's about 3 centimeters, 3 inches at the front, maybe 4 inches at the back, and it's ribbed. And it does sit nicely on. Now I did add, and this is, no one else is going to be able to see this, but I will know it's there. I did add a little cable detail because part of when I'd originally done this, what I'd wanted to do was actually add either a cable down the side or a cable down the arm. I just wanted to add something, a little something to make it a bit special. And in my impatience, I just didn't. So when I got to the end, I was kind of a bit like, look, it's cute and I really like it. And I love the color, but I just wanted like a little detail. Like I really love classic plain things. I do. I like plain stuff. I shouldn't say plain. I like, yeah, classic. I like classic silhouettes and classic designs. And I like simple. But I also like it to be a little special. So I added a cable. Now, the chances of you seeing this is almost next to none, but let's give it a crack, hey? So, oh no, look, you can sort of, hang on, I'm dropping the sweater. Try again. Yes, look. Okay, can you see it a little bit? So it's in the rib, sort of see it. It's in the rib. Anyway, I'll try and take a photo for Instagram. I'll do my best, okay? I really will. And the cable is actually suggested to me by Jackie Hietala from the gorgeous, I've just said it before, Knitting a Good Yarn podcast. So she sent me this chart and was like, dude, this would be amazing. I'm sure she didn't quite say dude, but dude, this would be amazing. And I was like, dude, totally. And I just decided to do it. Now, I hadn't done a lot of cabling up until now. I've done a little bit. I've dabbled, you know. No one else is going to be able to see this. I've done it so it's on the front. One on each side, right? And no one's going to be able to see it but me. But it's kind of nice, you know, like this is for me, it's a little, those little details that we put in there for ourselves, like I'm going to know it's there. And for me, it's like, this is my Persephone sweater. I don't know if I can't even remember if I've spoken about this before, right? But I have an end. Excuse me. Oh, I just haven't cut it off. I've woven it in, but I haven't cut it off. Damn it. God, it's hot. I just was thinking about, I'm really enjoying my goddess themed knits, as you will soon see by my next one. I think for me, yeah, Persephone is like if I had to have like a patron saint, Persephone would be the patron saint of my life. I just feel like she is my gal, you know, knocking stuff over. She is my gal, you know, like goddess of spring, pretty, fluffy, you know, beautiful, shiny, and then like ruler of the underworld. I'm in. I'm sold. Oh, guys, I'm just knocking stuff over. Goodness gracious me. And I think for me, look, I'm being a bit fluffy about it, but I think for me there's something in this idea of like the duality of being, and particularly for me as a woman, right? There's a duality to being that we can be both, you know, like we don't have to be one or the other. Like I can be light and feminine in the way that is like flowery and sunshiny and, you know, all of those kind of more stereotypical, we might say, or like the lighter side even of feminine nature. And then also I can be a total freaking badass. Like I can be both. And I think for me that is part of the deal, is like I feel like as women, and I like to just say that I use women very generally. I would say anyone who identifies as a woman, you know, it's a very, for me it's a very broad, roomy, welcoming category. So, you know, but for me it's like this sense of we also have a sense of depth, and I think that for me is part of where Persephone is such a beautiful thing for me, is that there is this like, there is a maiden quality. And there's like if this is not your thing, just feel free to skip ahead. There's like a maiden quality, which is, I just think for me is so prevalent. But then there's this other element of like deep maturity and sovereignty, and like a real sense of, yeah, depth, you know, like that I just love. So for me, she's, yeah, she would be my patron saint if I get to pick one. In as far as just that, yeah, I just think that kind of level of as above, so below, you know, as within, so without, that's like the kind of, yeah, real guiding force for me. So I'm just obsessed with this sweater, and I did actually knit it as part of, so it's part of my Let's Lento for the sweet Amy Palco and Rebecca of the Creia Bear, but apparently we can also do both, because I originally actually cast it on for the grocery girls, because I already Let's Lentoed with my first one that I did before the Lento existed. I'm just knitting them, guys, like, like I am part of the cowl, but I'm also like, for me, it's just about knitting them. Like, I don't even have to enter. I'm pretty sure, I'm not even sure if I think I did enter the Let's Lento, but I'm not even sure if I did with the first one. I just want to hang out and be part of the team. So with this one, I also, I originally cast it on for the grocery girls, Raglan along cowl, my sweet friends. They don't actually know who I am, but it's fine. In my head, we're friends, okay? And I cannot wait to wear this. I cannot wait I'll just wear it every day. So in a twist of fate, I've actually thought about wearing this with something else other than a white shirt and mum jeans. I am gonna wear it. Well, I'm gonna wear it with a lot of things. Definitely with a white shirt and some jeans, but I actually think I'm gonna wear it. I've got these like black jeans that are, what are they called? They're like coated. They don't look like leather or anything, but they look a bit like, they don't look like just plain black jeans. Like they're a coated jean. And then I've actually got a black silk collared shirt. And I think that'll look really cool. And then some boots of some description, or some flats, or I don't know, something. Anyway, I'm excited to wear it. I'm really excited to wear it. The fit is really nice. I'm really happy with the fit. I actually think it's probably my best fitting jumper so far. Maybe. I do like the other one. Anyway. I'm excited. Okay. So that's that. My Persephone sweater. I can't wait to wear that. Okay. Let's talk about some other stuff. I'm just going to finish my coffee real quick. Yeah. Okay. Other finished objects. Yes, I have a couple more. These are so cute. One of them's wet, so don't judge me. I showed a little while back that I bought some cotton from Knit Happens in Wollongbar. I was trying to remember the name of the cotton. I know Karen at Knit Happens. I can't help but think of it as Shit Happens, and I'm almost sure that's the point of the name. Anyway, so I bought some cotton from there, and I made some face washes. I'm like, why does that look like it's stained on camera? Because it certainly doesn't look like that in real life. Anyway, whatever. Oh, they're a bit wet. Okay, so this one is wet. That's why, okay? They're not gross. Just trust me. Anyway, so I crocheted them. So, because some of you might not know, I've used these a few times, so they're not looking super pretty anymore, but whatever. You may or may not know that originally I learned how to crochet before I learned how to knit. I was a crochet freaking queen. I learned how to crochet when I was like in year 5, and I crocheted everything, all the things. And then I forgot about it, and then I got back into it when the kind of pandemic started and I had some other big like life things occur. And then actually maybe it was just before the pandemic started, I actually started to transfer into knitting with the help of, or the suggestion of, I was going to Cast Off Collective, which is in Bunjalung, which is in the Northern Beaches, Sydney, with the gorgeous Wendy who owns the store there. And I was just popping in there to get yarn for my crochet, and I kept looking at all the knitted things and I was like, I can't do that. Like I can't knit, like I can't do it. I can knit straight, I can do it. And then Wendy was always just like, you know, Alex, it's not that hard. Like it, like, you know, it takes some learning, but it's not hard enough that you couldn't do it. Anyway, so she really encouraged me, and now I can freaking knit stuff. So turns out she was right. Anyway, but I got back to some crocheting, and I was going to originally knit some of these, but I don't know, I just decided I really wanted to crochet them. So they're in Fibre Natura cotton. It's a DK weight. I've got this one. This one's wet, okay? I used it yesterday, but I decided to show you anyway because fuck it. And this one. So they're just single crochet. There's 35 stitches. And then basically what I did in order to make sure they were square, because I'm a little pedantic and I wanted them to be square, was all I did was as I was crocheting, I just folded them over to see when they made a triangle. And then I knew that they were done. So as you can see, it was like super precise. And yeah, they make me very happy. So I'm going to make more of them. Annoyingly, I probably could have been a bit more, I don't know. I possibly could have thought it better, because I used 30 grams to make each one, and it's a 50-gram ball. So ideally, had I thought this through, what I would have done is I would have worked out how to use 25 grams, and then I would have been able to make 2 out of 1 ball. Now, I know what I could do is I could like make one that is striped, or I could do one that's 1/2. I just don't want to. Because I'm sweet and particular, and I would really just like them to be one colour. So I'm just going to make, if I buy another ball of each colour, I should be able to make another like 2, I think. I'm also almost 100% sure that I bought some sage coloured ones. I almost feel like I've shown them to you and I've just forgotten. Either that or it could have been a fever dream of some description, but I'm almost sure they're in my thingy. So I might actually get them out and start crocheting them, because these took like maybe 2 hours. They're super quick. I used a 5mm needle just in case anyone's interested. And they're so cute. And they're really, and actually, do you know what? The thing that I've always not bought about, or I've never made these, is because I was worried that they wouldn't actually hold up. And this is part of the reason why I crocheted them rather than knit them. It's not that I don't think knitting would be good, but I think the crochet holds its structural integrity a bit better. Yep, I've thought about that. I think it holds the structural integrity. And I think I might have said that I used a single crochet the whole way along. So that to me created this, and also it's nice, like I feel like I get a nice exfoliating quality. I don't know. I've used these heaps. I've used them in the last 2 weeks, maybe 10 times. That's why I'd like to have lots of them. I'd like to ideally have one for each day, because I have to wash them, hang them out, and then reuse them. But I've used them heaps, and I'm really happy with how they're holding up. Look, you know, there's bits like full disclosure, happy to show, you know, like where I've sewn in the ends, like woven in the ends, and there's little bits coming out. They're gonna get used. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not a store-bought item, and so I'm okay with that. But I like them. Yeah, I think that just because things are handmade doesn't mean that they have to be, like, part of it is being good quality for me. And so I just love how they look all stacked, all cute. As you can see, I haven't diverged from my color palette. It's like pinks, purples, plums. This is like as close, and it's still the same color family. Oh Lord. I'm turning into like Elle Woods but pastel. So yeah, I'm thrilled with these. I'm gonna keep making them. I think they're so freaking cute. And also nice, you know, good environmentally friendly. I saw some of these where you like, and I was almost going to buy them, to be honest. It's part of why I ended up doing this. I saw some of these that were knitted. They were $30 for a pack of 3. Now there's a little part of me that feels frustrated about that because I don't think it cost me that much in materials, right? It cost me 20 bucks or something. Not even, I don't know, not a lot. But it's kind of like, because they're machine knit, I don't know, 30 bucks just didn't seem like a lot for it. But then at the same time, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it because there's a part of me that's just like, look, for the amount of money that it cost me to buy it and make it, I could have just bought the ones and then they're just really like nice quality and they're done. But then I have a real value of like, they're handmade. Like, you know, like I made these and I can use them. And they're exactly what I was looking for and in my colors and all those things. Anyway, do whatever you want, friends. It's up to you. It's your life. Do it. I decided to make some because, to be honest, I just looked at them and went, even for 30 bucks, I can fucking make that. Like, that's pretty much what I thought. I was like, I can make those. Why would I buy them? And then I think about all those memes on Instagram. It's like, you know, for, you know, 3 times the price and 45 hours of your time, you too can have one of these. Anyway, I'm very happy with them and I use them a lot. Okay, next. All right, so this one's also wet because I have no ability to plan. Ooh, here goes a car. Bye. So, to continue my excellent goddess theme, I am using my Plumpy Loves of Nutriden. Oh, there's a feather stuck in it from my couch. Yay. Also, how fun is this? I don't know how this became this way. I don't know what's happening to this guy, but he's elongating. I'm cool with it. This guy's a little shorter and plumpier. I don't know. I like how they have their own little personalities. Now, these are my first 2 loaves. I've got more loaves. I got 500 grams of this color. It's Nutriden in the colorway Jera. I'm excited. Now, in person, it is it's showing up quite yellowy. I would say it's a lot cooler in person. That's probably close-ish. It's a bit, the colorway is cooler in person. On camera, it's showing up a little bit more like warm. I would say it's quite a cool pink. And there's these really beautiful, I don't know if I can get you to see them. There's these really pretty, like, oh, there we go. Can I do it? See that little pop of like little fluoro, not fluoro, but like hot pink? There's these little, yeah. I'm very excited about it. Anyway, so I'm using these Plumpy Loaves, which is the technical term, I'm sure, out of Sweden, to knit my Aphrodite sweater. It's wet, so just bear with me, okay? It's a bit soggy. Now, I think it's called the, I should have looked this up before I came on. And I actually forgotten who it's by too, so good job, Alex. I used to write notes before I did this, and now I just come on and I'm just like, okay, let's just wing it. The Jeol sweater. It's spelt J-E-O-L, like Joel, but the other 2 are flipped around. That's how I've been remembering it. It's even prettier when I look at it. Yay! It is wet, so I'm currently getting myself a bit soggy. Oh, guys. Holy shiitake mushrooms. I'm very excited about this. If you can't tell. I was inspired. Again, is this podcast just a little bit, maybe slightly obsessed with Jackie? Yes. Just a little bit. I saw hers on, she had a couple actually in her, not the last podcast of theirs, but the podcast before. There was like one in Tallbark and then another one. Anyway, I just saw them and I was like, oh my God, I've been deliberating how to use this for a very long time. Like, and to be honest, with Jackie, going back and forth, being like, oh, maybe I'll do this. Oh, maybe I'll do this. Oh, maybe I'll do this. No. This is it. This is it. It knows it wants to be this. Oh, guys, I am so fucking excited about this. Now, this is my first Nutriden experience, so I would like this to be known that I had questions. And I wanted to like it, but I was afraid I wouldn't. I am currently obsessed. I'm obsessed. Look at that. Like this is not my knitting. This is an excellent pattern. I can't actually remember who it's by. I think she's incredible. I'll link it. I promise I'll link it. I'm really excited about this pattern. Now, I must admit, I'm a little bit freelancing. Freelancing? I'd say freeloading. It's not that. Freewheeling? Anyway. I am following the pattern. So far, I have followed the pattern exactly. There's not much of it done. There's still time. But I will follow this pattern. I actually will. The only thing I know that I'm going to do different is I'm going to have a tapered sleeve. Everything else I'm going to do as the pattern has told me to do. The only difference is my gauge is a bit bigger. So I have knit the size small medium. I'm definitely not a small medium. I would be a medium large. But my gauge is bigger. And so far, I feel pretty happy with how it's going. But I wanted to make sure that the neckline was going to be comfortable enough. This is an unusual neckline for me. I feel a bit unsure about it, but I'm trusting the process. It looked amazing on Jackie, and I don't know. I'm trusting the process. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fine. Now, I must admit, I'm a little concerned by how steep the shoulders are. However, that's why I've actually blocked it. That's why it's wet, because I think what I've worked out is that when you're guesstimating, which I am in regards to the proportions, I think I'm gonna have to split. There's a section that you do for the arms where you do it separately. Like you knit flat, the back and the front. I think I'm gonna have to do that before the pattern. I'm not gonna tell you exactly how long, but there's a certain amount of increases that you do. And I am a third of the way through them. No, 2/3 of the way through them. Wait. 75%, Alex, maths. 75% of the way through the increases, and I'm a bit like, oh, if I get any wider. Like, I think I can go a little bit wider, but I might. So anyway, I need to think about that. I might have to adjust / increase it at a slower rate / I might already be there because my gauge is bigger, which is why I blocked it. Because for me, this is going to be about proportions. And Jackie's been helping me a little bit with that, to just navigate the proportions rather than being super hell-bent on the exact amount of stitches. So far, so good. I'm obsessed with this detail. I'm obsessed with it. I can't see if I'm showing it to you. Oh, this is a really interesting construction. I'm excited. And the fabric is just creating, oh God, it's just amazing. Like, I get it. I get it. The next Nutriden update is at midnight Australian time. So, I don't know whether I'm gonna, I want to set an alarm for it, but I'm also a bit like, is that insane? No, I can all hear you go, no. Like, I can hear you say it, you know? But I don't know. I would really like the light grey to knit a tulip sweater. Anyway, I haven't decided what I'm going to do there. I'm a bit like, maybe we should just knit this sweater and then, you know. The only thing for me with this is it is a slower process. When I'm knitting something like a top-down raglan that I'm very, very familiar with, it's very easy for me just to follow the next steps. This for me is a slower process in as far as I need to consistently check that I'm like where I'm meant to be at with it. And that for me is a bit slower. I have to use my brain a bit more. And my job involves a lot of brain. It involves a lot of brain. So I'm actually currently out of projects that don't involve much brain. So I'm loving it to bits. I'm going to let it dry off today. It'll be dry by this afternoon. So I will have another little play around with it. I'm loving this yarn. The color is just next effing level. Like, it makes me so happy. I just love it. Oh God, it smells amazing. It has like a real Newton-y smell. Like, this is what I imagine Nutriden just smells like in general. But it has like, I don't know. It also, to be honest, now it just smells, you know what it actually smells like? Incense. I'll hold that thought because I'll explain why it smells like incense in a bit. This is amazing. It's amazing. It is, what I like about it too is it's a very, for me, it's a very intentional experience because it is like this. I can't just rip the yarn and I can't kind of do it. I can't hurriedly do this. This is like a very slow, soft, gentle, meditative, sense-based process. And what I like about that is that, as I mentioned, this is my Aphrodite sweater. So for me, I mean, the pink is probably a little obvious, but I feel like archetypally, when we talk about Aphrodite, there's this like, I don't know, I've read a few books recently that have like portrayed Aphrodite as this kind of like insipid, kind of bitchy, like materialistic type of archetype. And I don't know, like makes a great character in a book, but I'm not on board. Like I don't know if anyone else is in this. I've got fluff in my eyeball. I have a great deal of Venus in my chart. I don't know much about birth charts, by the way, guys. I'm not pretending to know anything really much about it, but I know I have a heck of a lot of Venus and I'm into it, right? For those of you who don't know, Venus and Aphrodite are like, not interchangeable, but they're like, one's Roman, one's Greek, and then often they have a similar, they're the same deal, energetically, let's say. And if you disagree with that, that's all cool, but that's just the way I see it. So I'm super into it. I wear a lot of pearls. There's a lot of like, I don't know, this is my deal, right? And I just feel like we could use the stereotypical like two-dimensional Aphrodite, or we could really look at like what the actual energetics is behind it. And for me, I feel like energetically Aphrodite is just this soft, gentle, powerful, like this contradiction of that. To be honest, it's very similar to what I said with Persephone, but Persephone has more of a darkness, which I love. I'm obsessed with. For me, Aphrodite has more of a groundedness and more of a, I don't know, I'm trying to think of the right word or a word. There's a warmth, you know, like a, I don't know. And I just love it. And I feel like for me, this is, I've got a whole plan of what I'm wearing. I've got an outfit. There's just something in this for me that is just like, it's just love, right? Like it's just love. And that love for me is such a beautiful, like, it's feminine and loving, and I'm just on board, right? I'm just super on board. Anyway, I'm not going to put too many words to it at this point. I feel like this is the kind of stuff, and actually maybe I'm going to do this because maybe I feel like with some of these things, like particularly with the Persephone sweater, there's some really beautiful poems. So I don't know if anyone's, I think I've shared the poems before, but Nikita Gill, she has the most beautiful poems around goddesses, and I highly recommend them. But this is the kind of stuff, like I don't want to wrap too many of my own words around them. I just feel like, I mean, I could too, and I'm trying to a little bit, but pardon me. A lot of it is just this kind of energetic feeling. And for me, this is just the most, I just love it. Oh, loaves. Okay, let's move on. Ooh, did you hear that? It was like a little beep. Okay, let me just get snuggy again. Okay. So I want to just quickly talk about a whip that is no longer whipping. But I think it's important to flag. So at the risk of just showing you more pink yarn, I started a Sophie shawl in this skein alpaca. I think it's called Journey, and it's 100% alpaca. I held it double. I started a Sophie shawl. If you haven't seen a Sophie shawl, you could look it up to see what it looks like. I almost saved it to show you. I ended up frogging the entire thing. Now, what I would like to make, I had almost like a quarter of this thing done. So the reason I'm going to share it anyway is because I think it's important. I really like this yarn. I have no idea what to freaking do with it. It's not, I'm really open to suggestions. I know a lot of you have suggested something. I think I've just decided this is just like the wand chooses the wizard, right? I felt that very, very strongly with the Nutriden. the one chooses the wizard. And at some point it became very, very clear that the Jeol sweater was the one that I was going to knit. With this, I had such a plan for it. It was going to be a pink fizz. I feel like I don't want to order any more yarn, which I probably will, to be honest, but I don't want to order any more yarn. I have a really great stash, you know, not massive, but I got some stuff in there. And I just wanted to make this into something. And I feel like with the Sophie shawl, I feel like I was just trying to turn it into something it didn't want to be. And it's not that it was bad. It was, you know, it's pretty good, but I just wasn't going to wear it. Like, I really just looked at it. Again, I blocked it to make sure the fabric was, you know, going to be the right kind of, like the fabric that I thought it was going to be. And I just kept looking at it going, I'm just not excited about it. You know, like I'm just not, I could finish it for the sake of finishing it. But really all I'm going to do is waste this gorgeous yarn on something that I'm probably not going to use. And I just have no freaking clue what to do with this. So I'm actually just not even going to worry about it anymore. I think I've been trying too hard to make it into something. It'll tell me what it wants to be when it knows what it wants to be. What I will say is it does, I just really want to use it. It's very pretty. It's very soft. It does have it plumps up a little bit when you block it, but it has like a, I don't know what the quality is. It doesn't have any linen in it, right? Just to be really clear, there's 0% linen in this. But to me, there's something linen-y about this yarn. It just has, I don't know what to tell you. It just has something slightly linen-y about it, where it has like a firmness. It's super soft, but it has like, yeah, I'm almost wondering if it needs to be like held single as like a summer top or something. Anyway, I'm just gonna put it away. But I think it's important to share that, like, sometimes you start stuff and it's just not working and that's okay. I just rip it out. Like, I think for me, I would rather knit it. Like, knitting for me is for the joy of knitting. I spent an afternoon knitting a quarter of this thing. When I say an afternoon, it was a big day of knitting. And I just went, you know what? It's just not working. It's okay. Like, I don't need to make it work. It's just not, and that's okay. And I'd much rather save the yarn for something that is actually going to really be something I would use or wear, or something I can gift that would be used or worn, than try and make it, like, force it to be something it doesn't want to be. And I just felt like, yeah, I don't know, like it probably would have been fine, but it just didn't quite fit. So I must admit, I do feel a bit disappointed as far as I really want to use some of my stash. I really do. But I'm really committed. I don't want to make shit for the sake of making shit. I was like, am I swearing now? Alex, you've sworn 25 times in this video. It's fine. I feel like I need a language warning button. Like, I don't know if there's something I can press on YouTube to just say this video will swear. But I'm just going to assume you know that by now. Also, we're all grown-ups, aren't we? Maybe not. I do take the thing to say it's not made for children. Anyway. I don't want to make shit for the sake of making shit. I don't want to have something that I have spent a couple $100 on, because realistically, like, I think this yarn, I've got 4 to 6 of these. I think I spent about $120 on it. I did get it on sale. I don't want to spend $120 on something that's going to sit in a corner. I want to use it. And I want to be really happy with it. And I'm happy to put in the work to have something that I want to use. Like, it's what I want to do. So, anyway. I was a little bit sad about the fact that it didn't work out, but I would have been sadder had I spent all that time knitting it, washing it, and then it just sat in the corner and I never wore it. Not into that. So the one chooses the wizard, the yarn chooses the project. It's gonna hang out. I've got it in my unicorn bag, which is from an Australian brand called Love Libby. I don't believe that they're like cosmetics bags, but I freaking love it. Look how pretty it is. Unicorns. Big ass bag too. So that's that. That was my little, I don't know, I don't want to call it a fail, because I mean, like, I didn't really fail anything. It just was an experiment, and then I decided that I didn't want to use it. So we'll see how it goes. And then my last whipperoony is my beautiful socks. I think I showed these last time, but I've actually got the other one from, I've got fluff on my nose, Tiny Human Knits. Now, full disclosure, this was gifted to me by the beautiful Tiny Human Knits. And yes, so freaking cute. So Laura sent me this to me. I basically commented on a post being like, holy shit, that's gorgeous. And she was like, would I send you one? And I was like, okay, thanks. So she did. And I was so excited. So it's called Carols in the Snow, 80%. Here you go, Tiny Human Knits. She's from Canada. That was Texan. I don't know how to do a Canadian accent if that's not super clear. Tiny Human Knits, 80% superwash, 20%, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and it's a fingering weight, 50 grams with contrasting skein. So there's a self-striping, which I basically, this is what the exciting part is here for me. I knit a tube. I've never knit a tube before, so this is the time I was knitting a tube. And I managed to quite reasonably coordinate them. That was a bit of a hassle, but worth it. I really just wanted I wanted the same socks as the ones that Laura posted, so I was very committed to making it work. Now, when I say it was a bit of a hassle, it wasn't actually that hard. It just involved a little bit of figuring out to make sure that where I started and where I ended was going to work. I wanted to leave, okay, please know, I'm a little pedantic, but I'm also not that pedantic. It's like, and sometimes it's a bit, depends on what I'm feeling. So I felt a little bit, I thought this stripe was a bit too close in color to this stripe. In hindsight, it would have been fine. So I left a little bit of this, but there wasn't actually enough. It annoys me a little bit. Does it annoy me enough? No, not that much, just a little bit. And it's the same on both, so no one's going to see it and care. There's so much fluff on my nose. So I am actually now at the point where I am looking to Kitchener. I just couldn't be bothered to do it last night. I was tired, and so I couldn't be bothered. I am really sad because at some point I dropped a stitch. I don't know when it happened. Now, I'll be honest. I looked myself dead in the eye yesterday in my mind, and I went, are we going to rip that back? Because it was before I'd done the whole of the toe. I'd probably done half, and then I realized. And I was like, are we just going to rip it back? And I really thought about it. Actually, it's part of the reason why these aren't done is because I've left them for like 2 weeks because I was like, oh, I need to go back and pick up the stitch, blah, 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 blah. And then I just went, fuck it, no. I want the socks. I can save the stitch. I'll do a little sew surgery, just pick it up, sew it in. It's going to be fine. This is what I mean by sometimes I'm pedantic and sometimes I'm like, honestly, no, just, it'll be fine. So I'm just gonna, you know what, like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes as a recovering perfectionist, how much does it really matter? Do you know what I mean? Like, is it gonna impact the finished product significantly? If the answer for me, and this is going to be different for different people, right? So for some people, their answer is going to be yes. It's going to really piss me off and I'm never going to not see it. Fair enough. You do you, boo. For me, I'm gonna sew it in. It's going to be fine. Like, it's going to be okay. So I just thought, you know what? For all the effort that it's going to take me to rip it back, blah, 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 just fucking finish it. It's beautiful. No one's going to know. I'll knit it in. It'll be okay. So I'm going to do that. Then the other thing that's probably has paused me a little bit is I do need to work out, and apparently it's not very hard. I trust Tracy and Jody when they tell me this, how to cut in the heel somehow. Now, there's apparently an excellent video by Kirby Werby Knits. I'm going to watch that. I am considering, let me know if you want to see it, filming me do this. Now, when I say filming it, not as a tutorial, because I don't have the ability to do that, but I do think it could be potentially a little bit entertaining to watch me try and work it out. So if you're willing to come along and maybe try something new, or watch me try something new and probably swear a lot, let me know. But I thought it could be potentially quite entertaining. But also, apparently it's not that hard. And I must admit, that's my experience of knitting, is 9 times out of 10, I think something's going to be super difficult. And then when I actually look up how to do it, it's like, sometimes it's a little bit hard, but it's not like I thought cables were going to be next level difficult. And actually it's just knitting stitches out of order. Pretty much. Or colourwork looks super complicated. You just knit the same stitch, but with a different colour. Like, there's some challenging bits, like tensions can be a bit dodgy, and I personally didn't have much issue with that. Sometimes I can, but generally speaking, I was okay. So don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to invalidate some of the struggles. In my head though, I imagined it being astronomically hard. Particularly stuff like lace. Stuff like that, I just thought I could never do that. It looks so complicated. And honestly, most of the time in knitting, if you can knit, purl, knit one together, no, knit two together, knit one together, knit two together, slip, slip, knit. Pretty much that's it. If you could do those things, a lot of stuff you could do. And anything else you can Google. Like, I just learned it all off YouTube. Anyway, all I'm saying is, I will get to it. But again, this involves brain power. And sometimes I don't have brain power because I run a bit low after my week. It just depends. And so yeah, these are a real priority. I suppose the other thing too is a lot of this stuff, like it's so warm. I know I'm a bit banging on about that now. Whoops. That I can't wear socks anyway. So there's no like, or even for jumpers, there's no massive rush. But these are so stunning. I would really like to have them and to be able to wear them. And it was a very kind and generous gift. Laura also gave me, it's covered in cat hair because Buddy was carrying, it was so cute. He was carrying this around the other day. It was really sweet. This sweet little bag. Isn't it gorgeous? I actually think this is my new favorite bag for socks. And I'll tell you why. Because I do have a cat. It's a bit risky to have my yarn around. And so what I can do is I can actually feed the yarn out through the top, and I can actually have it closed while I do that. So I can actually have it cinched and it'll still pull really easily. And that is, now I'm probably the last person to realize this, but I think it's amazing. And it was very cute because the other day Buddy must have worked out that he could carry this. So he picked it, he was picking it up and he was carrying it around. I missed it, my husband saw it, and I was like, why didn't you film it? But anyway, sounds adorable. So yeah, this is my new favorite little guy because I think for sock projects where you can do something like that, it just makes life so much easier. I love I would definitely say that these Better Roses bags are my favorite for bigger projects. They're just amazing. I've still got the tags on them. Bit of a tag, aren't I? But I just love them. I just love the whole thing. I don't even want to take that off. So I love these. And as I said, these were also gifted. These were all gifted for me as part of a giveaway that I did with Catherine. She very, very generously gave me a few bags, which is so sweet. And I genuinely just use them all the time because I freaking love them. They're all covered in cat hair. I really hope you can't see that. I'm a real human. Yeah, so I've been very, very lucky. Okay. Now, that's all my knitting content. I have some random stuff to show you, / some acquisitions, if you feel like sticking around. So, one acquisitions. So once that I discovered that I am obsessed with stripy yarns, look! Ooh. Look how pretty that is. I believe this is a Valentine's Day colorway. So it's by Half Baked Hand Dyed, which is made in the Macedon. I don't actually know if that's what that is, even though it's in Australia. So she's an Australian Aussie self-striping sock yarn. Get on board, friends. I must admit, there's a lot of incredible US and Canadian self-stripers. It was really important to me. I wanted to try and support some beautiful Australian self-stripers. Don't get me wrong, I love them all. International self-striping socks. But Half Baked, so Half Baked's on Etsy, and you can find her on Instagram, halfbake_handdyed. And I believe that this is a Valentine's colorway. The colorway is called Judy. It is 380 meters. It's a superwash merino nylon. You could choose what mini. So there was a pink mini and a sage mini. I almost picked the sage mini, but then I just couldn't help it myself and got the pink. I was trying to be a grown up. I was like, maybe I should have the sage. And then I was like, pink. So I'm going to wind this up probably today and cast this on, because I do just want, like, I don't know. I want to really badly do the heels and cuffs. I've already done it. I've done the toes. I want to do the heels for the carols in the snow. I want those little bad boys on my feet. But other than the Jeol sweater, which I'm still having to do quite a lot of working out for, I can do that on the weekends, but during the week, like, I need something that I can just pick up and just knit, because I miss being able to do that, and I haven't had that for a while. I think that's why the Sophie shawl got cast on, because I just wanted something to knit on. Anyway, it just didn't work out. So I will probably do this as a starter, and I'm really excited. It's freaking soft. Sometimes, we'll see how it goes. Sometimes when a sock yarn is really soft, I've actually found that there's one that, my favorite pair of socks that I have is a Jokomo yarn, which is also an Australian yarn. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. I found her on Etsy. I have these beautiful socks, and they're my favorite socks, and they've held up. They look really, really good. They're in a dusty pink color. No surprises there. But the yarn itself at the time actually felt a little bit like firm. Like, it felt a little, not rough, but it wasn't like super soft. And I felt a bit like, oh, like when I got it, I was a bit like, oh. I would just like to say, please don't hear that as a criticism, because the actual socks themselves have held up amazingly. The socks are actually incredibly soft. I just think that, I think they were 75-25. And when I was knitting them, this feels soft to the touch, and I'm excited to see how these knit up. But the other ones, they felt a little bit rougher. They felt a little bit like, I don't know, rough is not quite the right word, but they didn't feel as soft to the touch. But the actual socks themselves are super soft, and they've held up way better. Like, they're not pilling, they're not rubbing, they're like hardier. And I actually I would have thought that it wasn't as good quality, and actually I think it could be better. So I just want to put that out there too, that maybe sometimes when we're talking about sock yarn, and I'm not saying, I'm excited to see how this one wears. I've also got pairs that are super soft that have worn well, but I just wanted to put that out there, that sometimes I have gotten a yarn, gone, geez, this doesn't feel super soft, and been a little disappointed about that, like I was with the Jokomo one, and then actually they're my favorite. So maybe just, I would definitely buy Jokomo's yarn again, as I would definitely buy this one again. I'm just so excited about the self-striping that it's so exciting. I can't wait to see. I mean, I know what a pattern looks like because I've seen it online, but sometimes the fluffier and softer a fibre is, the less structural integrity it has. With this, what I'll probably do, because I can feel it's super soft, I will most likely knit it on a smaller gauge. So I might even knit like a 2.25. Anyway, I'm excited. Also, to be honest, I don't even wear my socks and shoes. Like, I don't actually wear, I probably could, but I don't. I tend to be pretty hard on that. So I just wear them around the house anyway. So most of mine have held up pretty great. Anyway, moving on. I'm excited. So, random stuff. I do have some random stuff to show. I actually have quite a few random things to show. So one that I wanted to show was, I've shown it before, but I just wanted to put it out there again because it's close to Easter time. So I have this cute little, what I have made into a yarn bowl. Look, it's a bunny. I love bunnies. I love bunnies. So Easter time tends to be a little dangerous because I love bunnies. And this I bought from Bed Bath & Table. It's not originally a yarn bowl. It's meant to just be for Easter. And the reason I'm showing this is because it's Easter, they might have these again. So if anyone who was interested in them, and I think a few people were like, oh my God, that's so cute, where'd you get it? Or something to that description. Check out Bed Bath & Table, because I reckon they might have a few of these. So I think for me, there's two things that I do with them. I haven't quite gotten, you could put the yarn through here if you actually wanted to make it like a plain yarn, like a yarn bowl, you could do that. Sometimes when I have two colors, or I put one on either side of the ear, and I don't, like under this section, and I don't find they get caught. It's a nice way to kind of keep them separate. Otherwise, I just kind of use it, I don't know, it just works. It's just really cute. It works. It holds, it's like a really nice size. It's a bit dirty on the inside, don't judge me. It holds a big skein cake, and it's just freaking cute. So yeah, I would really recommend checking out Bed Bath & Table and seeing if they have any bunny bowls. I bought this like 2 or 3 years ago, but my experience with Bed Bath & Table, which is quite extensive, is they tend to have the same stuff multiple years in a row. So I definitely check that out. Next. As you know, I was like just thinking, as you know, I love ceramic cups and mugs. So this is the one I was drinking out of today. Now here's the thing, I can't tell you where I got this because this is like a one-of-a-kind random market one. And I can't even, like, it doesn't have a stamp on it or anything. It's just like, I just got it. But I recently bought a new one. And this one does have stamps and like websites and stuff. And I just think it is so freaking stunning. Look at this, ready? Look! How pretty is that? So this is from Upper Crystal Creek Pottery. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, oh, I'm dropping some water. Can you see that? Look how stunning that is. This is beautiful, guys. She has an entire collection. Oh, I've just forgotten her gorgeous name. I've forgotten. I was chatting with her at the market. I bought this from the Moorland Makers Market. And I also bought a matching jug. And I'm probably going to get more of these cups. And there was the most beautiful dishes, like a baking dish. Anyway, very reasonably priced. I think this was about $28, if that. Could have been less. It's stunning. Okay, before I get too excited, my favorite feature is there is a little dimple mark here. I don't know if you can see it. That it just fits your thumb. Oh, guys. It's huge. It's big enough for a really big cup of tea. It's just beautiful. So, Upper Crystal Creek Pottery, I bought it from the Moorland Markets, but I do know that she's also on Instagram, and I would highly recommend. It's the most gorgeous lady and her partner, who, husband I imagine, but maybe not, who make these. They're just like, the quality is like incredible. You know, like if you sold these at David Jones or Anthropology, I'd believe you. And I just am obsessed. So please go and check her out. I would really, really recommend it. Let's all get matching cute cups. Crystal Creek is sort of near Moorland. It's about 10-15 minutes out of Moorland. It's in the mountains, surrounded by cane fields. It is gorgeous. So I would really, really recommend checking her out. And yeah, let's all get matching mugs because that'd be cute. All right, next is what I'm reading. I haven't shared for a while. I am reading The Myth of Normal by Garbor. It's a non-fiction book. So it's called The Myth of Normal, Trauma, Illness and Healing in a Toxic Culture. I have read a lot of Garbor. He's one of my favorite well, he's a doctor. He's just one of my favorite people. I just really, pretty much anything he writes, I will read it. And I'm very, very interested in what he has to say about pretty much everything. I just feel like this is, look, it might not be a thing. It is non-fiction. It's about kind of understanding the links between our physical health, our mental health, our environment, our social circles, our development. It might not be a thing, but if you're mildly curious about the way we live, I love that one of the comments that someone wrote in it, I loved it, and it said, essential reading for anyone with a past and a future. That's me! Like, if you're a human being, read it. That's pretty much how I feel about it, to be honest. I just think it's amazing. Yeah, it's not, look, I'm very aware that it's not the kind of stuff that I normally talk about here on the podcast, in as far as this is a knitting podcast, but I just think this is so important to look at, as human beings, you know, like that, how this for me, like, just is about the human experience. If you're a human being and you have any interest in what it's like to be a human being, then I just think this is amazing. So I'm about a fifth of the way into it. I would say it's like, what I think about Garbor is that he has a really wonderful way of making stuff that is very, like he is very human. I'm just using human a lot. He's very human in the way that he describes a lot of things. And I just think that what he does very, very well is takes scientific research and evidence and then connects them with stories in a way that makes them like it's not a hard book to read. Is what I'm trying to say. He just takes some really important stuff and then translates that in a way that's like really interesting to read. So that's what I'm reading at the moment and I love it. And yeah. Next. So another obsession that I have developed is, I started getting into incense a little while ago. I love a candle. I love a candle. However, I became aware that some candles have a lot of very harmful chemicals in them. Now, I'm not saying that I never burn a candle anymore. I do a lot. But I got a bit curious about potential alternatives. And, oh guys, this is just like, they look like so pretty. They're a bit dirty, but you know. I've been getting into incense, and I have been into incense for a while, but then I also found out that there are some incenses that are just like perfumed with chemicals. And I was a bit like, well, hang on, that just doesn't seem like a great idea. And then I was originally attracted to the packaging, and now I'm just obsessed with these. Oh shit! Look, so this is Holy Smokes, which I just think is the cutest name ever. And they call themselves Eco Incense. Here, I'll show you one that's like up close. And what it says on the back, they're a unique designer range of handcrafted incense, high quality, 100% plant-based ingredients, blended to enhance emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. I'm in. So not only that, but they also have sustainable, recycled, handmade packaging, no harmful substances, purifying and healthy, Australian designed, handmade in India. And yeah, I'm obsessed, as you can see. They're a little bit more expensive than, you know, like you can buy, same with everything, right? You can buy incense that's like a couple of dollars. And what I have found is that they tend to be chemically perfumed, generally speaking. These are about $7.50 Australian. I think that's really reasonable personally. And I just think the packaging is stunning. Look, am I a bit attracted to this packaging? 100%. 100%. Do these look gorgeous in my house? Yes, 100%. But genuinely, I actually really love, sometimes I feel like with incense is you can get a little bit lost. It just can be either a bit overpowering or it can all kind of be scented the same. And what I really like about this is that I can genuinely tell the difference between the few. So of all the ones that I have Love, pink, Truth, Gratitude, love it, Grace, and Peace. Now I have two of the Grace because I've discovered the Grace is my favorite. So Grace is warm woody notes of Himalayan forests and Ayurvedic, oh, I don't know how to say that, Ayurvedic Shiganda Kokila. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, guys, but oh, a light nectar rich scent. Anyway, I'm obsessed. Grace is my favorite. I genuinely feel like there's a difference in scent between these. And I think that's the thing is, like, if there's a genuine, and I do believe that, I don't know, like, I feel like there is an intentional quality to how these are made. Do you know what I mean? Like, so Love has, I do like Love. Love is a bit sweeter. So it has rose and sandalwood, And I really like that one. I also really love Gratitude. That's my other, I think Grace and Gratitude are my two favorites. Gratitude is, again, woody notes of Halmaldi. I'm not sure what that is, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, so give me so yeah, earthy and sweet, Himalayan juniper. Ooh, I love it. My least favorite one, because I feel like otherwise I could sit here saying I love all of them. Truth is my least favorite. It's a bit stronger. It's strong and it has frankincense. I like the scent of frankincense. There's something called Sweet Flag. I'm not sure if that's the part I don't like as much. I still like it. I still burn it, but it's a bit more intense. Oh, this one was only $6.95. Maybe I bought them from different places. Yeah, Peace is nice too. It's got some citrus, but I feel like for me I like the woody ones the most. I don't know, I just genuinely notice a difference between the two, whereas sometimes when I do others they either smell completely chemically, too intense, or too floral. I love florals, but I don't know, I just can't recommend these enough. I really can't. I think they're incredible, and I will, as you can see, just buy them all. And that's why my loaves smell like incense, because I knit them in the same room. And also, I just think this is quite a small brand. So I've seen them in a lot of health food stores, and you can buy them online. So I would really recommend that. But like I followed the Instagram page. I think they've only got a couple of hundred followers. So there are my understanding, I could be wrong, is that they're quite a small brand. And I just think everything that they're doing, just the quality is amazing. And I just think they're very reasonably priced, you know, like $6.50. And so I should probably tell you how many you get in there. Let me tell you. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. You get between 12 to 13, which I think is pretty reasonable. And they're quite thick, so they burn for quite a long time. Anyway, look. If you're interested, highly recommend. Highly, 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 highly recommend. Okay, we're on to the last little bit. And I just wanted to highlight two things that I have bought recently that are knitwear related, in as far as it's how I'm planning to wear a lot of my knits coming into the wintry seasons and the autumny seasons. So I have been posting a lot. Not a lot, but a little bit on the Instagrams, a couple of outfits that I've been wearing that are going to be knit related. And I have been obsessed with an Australian brand called Lazy Bones. Now, please forgive the fact that you won't actually be able to see any of these at all because we're on a thingy. And I haven't ironed them either. But I have all of these beautiful linen dresses from this brand. Now, I just reckon it's a Brunswick Heads based brand, which is again on the North Coast, just north of Byron. Just go look at it. Just go look at it. Trust me, I'm telling you right now. I have bought so many things from here, and they go up to a 4XL, and I think that the 4X is pretty generous. I can wear anywhere between an XL to a 4XL depending on how much drape and ease I want in something. So anyway, I've posted a few photos on the Instagram, so if you want to go check some of them out, they're not all of them are full length. If you're interested in seeing more of how I style knits, not that I do it very much, I'm not very comfortable with that, with like showing people what I wear, because I don't really think people care. But if it's something you're interested in, please let me know and I will do my best to try and do that. But I'm obsessed with these dresses, guys. Like, I'm obsessed. They make my life so much easier because I don't have to worry about what to wear all the time. And they really fit my 2023 word of like femininity. You know, for me, wearing a dress, not that you have to wear a dress to be feminine. I often feel most feminine in a pair of jeans. But it's really nice just to be able to chuck these on, wear a little belt. I just feel cute, I feel put together, and I feel very comfortable. So I have a few of these. So this is one of the, it's like a mid-length calf dress. It hasn't been ironed or anything, so just forgive me. But it's a linen dress. I just think these are well priced. I think these were, I think I paid about $150 for this. For me, for a linen dress, I wear this, I have worn this every single week since I bought it, every single week. I just wear them all the time. Now this one I bought a bit big because I got this one on sale. I think I actually got it for about $100 on sale. I think it was 150 before it went on sale. So it is a 3 to 4X, so it's a little bit big for me, and I like to wear it with a belt, but with a belt, it just cinches in right at my waist, which I do have one, which is nice. And it just looks so freaking cute. It just looks so freaking cute. So I have one in this green color. I have the exact same dress, and I recently bought this one, and I haven't worn this one as much because the color is a bit more out of my wheelhouse. The green, really, I wear a lot. Same dress, same size, in this kind of wine color. I just bought this one a couple of weeks ago with my mum. Again, it was also on sale. I think this one was $100 on sale. Exact same. I also roll up the sleeves. Anyway, super cute. Now I really have plans to wear my grey jumpers over the top of these. And actually what I'd like to do is I'd like to knit, I never thought I'd knit a crop sweater because I just thought that's just never gonna happen. But I would like to knit a cropped sweater to wear with these. I think that would be fucking adorable. And then what I have with that is I bought myself a new pair of boots. Now you're thinking those look huge. They are. I actually have quite big feet. I have an Australian size 10, so like a 40 to 41 size foot. So yes, I do have bigger feet. But these are so cute. So I bought these for winter. I just needed a new pair of boots. I wanted some that I could wear with both jeans and dresses and skirts and stuff. So yeah, if you can just imagine with grey Lento and a belt, fucking adorable, right? So that's that. And my boots. My boots are from, they are a 41 actually. Ow. Good Lord. These are from Ivy Lee, which is Copenhagen. Now, I'm full disclosure, these are expensive. I purchased these as a major investment in my wardrobe. I have been saving up for these for a very long time. Just full disclosure, these are very expensive, okay? That's just what I'm just putting it out there. But for me, I wear one, like I'm the type of person that I wear one pair of shoes every single day. And so for me in summer, that's been my Keds, my white leather Keds. I wear them every single day. In winter, it will most likely be a pair of boots. So I have no plans to get any more boots for the next forever of my life. I will wear the shit out of these. So I can't wait to wear those. Next dress. Actually, can I be honest? I haven't worn this one yet. I know, shock and awe, it's pink. Why haven't I worn it? I just haven't worn it yet. I might actually make a bit of a deal with myself that I need to wear this next week. Now, I think this color is my color. I'll be frank with you. Those are the green looks, I think the green looks really nice, but this pink is totally my color. I haven't worn it yet. I don't know why. I feel like sometimes in the industry that I work in, which I know I've said that I won't talk much about in this context, but sometimes it's because of how intense and serious it can be. I like those ones kind of have more of a serious professional look. This to me is like, I'm going on a garden picnic, Pride and Prejudice, someone come and rescue me. And I don't know if that'd fly quite as well at my job. Now, to be honest, I don't think anyone would actually give a shit, but I should really make an effort to wear that one before it gets too cold because it looks really cute on. This one I also wear every single week, and I also think this color, I almost didn't buy this dress. I bought this one on sale too. This one was less than $100. These are all linen, by the way. Every single dress is linen. I actually think this one's one of my favorites. So the green, I actually wear a lot of greens and blues. I have another one, but I couldn't find it. I have another wrap dress, which also looks really great. This one I also wear with a belt. I wear pretty much all of them with a belt. This one has short sleeves. It's a sage green color. I think this one looks really nice when I wear it. It's one of my favorites. I wear it every single week. Again, it's like midi length, goes down to halfway down my calf. And yeah, I don't wear as much pink as I feel like I knit. I wear a lot more greens and the sages, and I think this one looks really nice with my skin and my colouring. So I'm very happy with this one. And again, it just cinches in at the waist. It has like a nice, I don't know, they're all very feminine silhouettes. And I think that for me, I have traditionally dressed in more, I would say like baggy stuff. And I think that this might, I wonder if, I'm sure some of you can relate to this, right? Like when you maybe don't fit the traditional, how am I going to put that? Or like the socially accepted brand of what attractiveness looks like in as far as body shape, right? Like I'm a round human. I'm like size, oh, to be honest, who knows? I just bought a pair of new jeans and I'm so confused about what size I am in the moment. But like I am, I have no idea, guys. I'm like, I used to be a size 20 to a 22. I just bought a pair of jeans that's a size 16. Size is irrelevant. If you're a human and you understand what sizes are ridiculous. Who the fuck knows what size I am? But I am I'm just gonna say round. I'm a round human being. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I am. I'm round. And hang on. I just thought Buddy wanted to come say hi. He's also round. He gets it from me. He inherited that. He's like, God. Anyway, the point is, I wore a lot of baggy clothes to maybe like, sorry, I have to get the yarn lobes or I'll eat them, to try and not show that I was like not a size 6. So I wore a lot of baggy clothes, and I think I used it to kind of like, I don't know, hide, really, is how I would say that. And now part of what's shifting for me is that and a big part of one of my goals of having the word feminine this year is that like, I'm a woman. Don't know if you've noticed, but like, there's nothing wrong with baggy clothing. I'm wearing it today, but it's just like, I don't know. I just want to dress in a way that reflects me. And for me, these dresses are just a really comfortable, nice, really easy way of just dressing like I am. And I don't know, I'm not sure if that makes sense, but basically what I want to put out there is for a long time, I couldn't buy clothes that reflected me in my size. They just didn't have anything bigger than a size 14. And I think one of the greatest things at the moment is like, I just have so much choice. I can wear whatever I want. And I think this is a really exciting thing that we can do as like, you know, differently shaped humans. We are all differently shaped. That's kind of part of the deal. It's kind of part of the fun of it. And I really think that there should be, oh, now there's black all over my face, my cat, and I'm trying to like say something deep and meaningful. I think it's nice that when we can, as human beings, wear stuff that reflects us. And for me, these dresses, like, I don't know, I'm a very feminine human being, and it's a really nice way for me just to like feel very comfortable and feel like my outsides are matching my insides. Yeah, that's how I put that. So I'm having heaps of fun with it, whereas before I used to absolutely hate getting dressed. I just hated it. And now it's just, I'm really enjoying the process of playing with it. And I love all the colours and the fabrics, and Lazy Bones is honestly, it's my favourite brand. I wear a lot of stuff from there. I wear at least 2 of those dresses every single week, if not more. And I think as it gets warmer, I'm going to wear them even more. Because you see those long sleeve ones, because I think I could wear them all summer through, particularly with my cute new boots. Anyway, I'm going to go to the beach because I'm hot. And I feel like I've been talking to you guys for ages. If you're still here and if you've enjoyed Fashion Fun Time, let me know. I can definitely do some more, maybe even, oh, Buddy's playing the thingy. Ooh. If you're interested in any of that, maybe how to style knits and stuff, I have no idea how I do it yet because I'm still working it out, but maybe we could work it out together. Meow. And yeah, thanks for being here. It's been a really random episode. Oh, Bud, are you stuck in the wardrobe? He might be. I'm gonna go and help him in a minute. Well, thanks guys. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you enjoyed seeing all my stuff. And I will see you next time. Bye.